All right, Chapter 8 test review. Now we're on to problem 17. Let's get started. Jess made a big kettle of rice and beans. He used 1.5 cups. Get my pen going. 1.5 cups of beans. He used 4 times as much rice. So we're going to draw a model. So the two things we're comparing here are rice and beans. So I want to have something to represent the rice and something to represent the beans. He used 1.5 cups of beans, so that's represented by 1.5. Let me make that a little bigger, a little more clear. 1.5. And then the rice, he used 4 times as much rice. So to represent the rice, we're going to take the same amount that we have for the beans, and we're going to do 4 of those. One and a half, all the way across. So we have the beans represented by 1.5 cups, and we have the rice represented by 4 times the amount of beans. Okay, and that's all we have to do for part A. We're not actually doing any math yet. So part B, use your model to write an equation, then solve the equation to find the amount of rice Jess needs. Okay, so here's our model. And we need to write an equation, so we know we're going to have an equal sign, and we're going to solve it. So basically we're going back to the question that they asked us in 17, or what they had us do in 17. So we're going to take the rice, and we'll use a variable because we don't know the answer yet to write our equation, equals the amount that there are of beans, 1.5 cups, times, that word times tells us we're multiplying, 4. And that should tell us how much rice. So to solve this equation, I'm going to rewrite it. Some students like to have the whole number first and then the mixed number second. But again, with multiplication, we can flip that back and forth. It's not going to matter. So I usually do, the 2 main ways to solve this problem is to change this mixed number into an improper fraction first and then multiply. I like to multiply the whole number times the whole number, and then the whole number times the fraction part. So 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 1/2 is 4 halves. Okay. Now, I still need to change this. This is an improper fraction. We have our numerator bigger than our denominator. So we have to change this improper fraction to a mixed number. Now, we can't forget that we do have 4 wholes. So I'm going to set those 4 wholes aside. And I'm going to focus in on this fraction part. Now, a lot of students like the idea of breaking this fraction into unit fractions. A unit fraction has 1 as the numerator and 2 as the denominator. So to get 4 halves, I need 4 1/2. And then the denominator tells us how many should go in each group to get 1 whole. So 2 halves will give us 1 whole. So there's 2 halves, that's going to be 1 whole. And there's 2 halves, that's going to be another whole. So we had our 4 wholes, and now we have 2 additional wholes. We add those together, we get 6. So our, in this case, the rice, oops, sorry about that. The rice equals 6 cups. Okay. All right, thanks again for watching, and I will see you on the next one.